In a magical land far, far away, where the sky shimmers with colors unseen, lives a world of wonder, and dreams come to life. Here, in the enchanted realm of the unicorns, every day is a new adventure filled with laughter, friendship, and a touch of magic. Meet Luna, the kind-hearted unicorn who believes in the power of hope. Spark, her playful companion who loves to explore. And Twilight, the wise unicorn with secrets of the stars. Together, they embark on fantastic journeys, discovering the magic that lies within and beyond. Get ready to believe in the unbelievable, because in this world, dreams really do come true. Welcome to the world of unicorn adventures. Let the magic begin. The series begins with a girl named Sophia, riding her horse and galloping through the forest. After that, Sophia arrives at the farm, and her brother Marco appears and tells her that their mother will be angry because she took the horse outside the farm. Sophia replies that their mother is currently busy preparing dinner, and while they were talking, the mother indeed appeared angry and scolded Sophia, saying that since her father's death, she has been worried about her because she does dangerous things, and she reminds her that she went out on horseback last week during the storm. The mother continues her conversation with Sophia, wishing to see her participate in activities similar to what girls her age do, like making friends and attending parties with friends. But Sophia interrupts her, saying she prefers adventures more. The next day, Sophia wakes up to the sound of knocking on the front door. She opens the door but finds no one. Instead, she finds a small, beautifully shaped box with her name on it. A magical fairy watches what happens, and as soon as Sophia picks up the box and brings it into the house, the fairy flies away into the sky. Sophia enters the house and opens the box with excitement, only to find an invitation to join an equestrian school. She feels happy and tells her mother that she will finally join the school she had been dreaming of. But her mother refuses because she doesn't want Sophia to be away from her and her brother, which makes Sophia sad, and she goes up to her room sadly. At night, Sophia opens the photo album and looks at pictures of her childhood with her late father, which makes her feel sad. She decides to climb out of her window, mount her horse, and ride through the forest again. After she finishes her ride, she returns to her room the same way. Sophia looks at her father's pictures again and tells her mother that she can't believe it's been 5 years since his passing. Her mother comforts her and asks her to always look at the necklace her father gave her whenever she misses him. Her mother reminds her that her father believed she had a bright future ahead of her and that he dreamed of her joining the equestrian school. Then Sophia understands that her mother has changed her mind and agreed to her joining the school. She hugs her mother and thanks her gratefully. Sophia packs her bag and goes with her mother to the harbor that will take her to school. After an emotional farewell, Sophia boards the boat, which automatically starts sailing on the water. And after a few seconds, Sophia discovers that the boat has transformed into a magical boat with wings that fly it through the sky. Despite her astonishment, she feels a great happiness. The boat arrives at a certain island, where she sees many other flying boats, and finally, the boat reaches the school harbor. A small creature named Vernakus appears before her and tells her that he is one of the assistants responsible for serving the students and organizing daily activities at the school. Sophia asks him about this place, the story of the school, and the story of the flying ship, but he replies that it's not the right time to answer all these questions. He takes her bag and asks her to hurry. As they walk, Sophia takes out her invitation card and discovers that it is a magical card, transforming the name of the school into Unicorn Equestrian School. Sophia is amazed by the school's grand building and cannot believe what she sees before her. A girl named Eva appears and introduces herself to Sophia, telling her that her brother studied at this school previously, which is why she was nominated to study here. All the students gather in front of the grand school palace, and the school principal comes out to greet them. She tells them that this island is called Unicorn Island, and it is the source of all magic in the world. The principal tells the students that there are 3 conditions for joining the school. The student must be talented, possess exceptional skills, and have a relative who has previously studied at the school. The students enter the palace, and Fiore, the principal's assistant, appears to tell them about the little fairies in the school called the Fate Fairies, who are responsible for assigning the students rooms. The fairies move among the students and assign their rooms, making Eva happy because she will share a room with Sophia. While they were talking, a boy named Michael appeared and recognized them, and it turned out that he loves playing and having fun a lot. Then, a girl walks confidently among the students, and Eva tells Sophia that this girl is named Valentina and that her family are among the founders of the school. Sophia and Eva go upstairs where they meet a classmate named Layla, who loves reading very much. She tells them that she is surprised because she received an invitation to the school, even though she has never ridden a horse in her life. Layla enters her room and finds her roommate exercising, so she introduces herself and tells her that her name is Isabel. Sophia and Eva enter their room. Eva admires the room's decor, while Sophia feels happy when she finds pictures of her family on her bed. At night, Layla takes the magical book and heads to Eva and Sophia's room. Layla tells them that this book reveals that the Island of Unicorns was attacked by the evil witch, the Queen of Black Magic. Layla tells them that the witch almost took over the entire island, but a brave knight appeared, fought her, and managed to defeat her, imprisoning her in a cell inside a cave on a distant island. A masked figure appears standing in the palace garden and sends a fairy named Creams with a secret message. Creams flies in the sky until she reaches the cave where she meets a monster named Kosh and tells him that she carries an important message. It turns out that Kosh and Creams are the assistants of the evil witch. Creams heads to the evil witch's dungeon and delivers the message, and the witch smiles and says that the long-awaited day has come. All the students gather in front of the school principal and her assistant, Fiore, where the principal announces that today is the day each student will discover their own unicorn. The principal explains to them that there are many unicorns inside the forest, and that the students must wander until each of them finds the unicorn that will be their companion. The principal warns the students not to cross the island's wall. The students enter the forest to search for their unicorns. Layla is the first to find her unicorn, while Isabel gets a beautiful blue unicorn. The unicorn that Michael gets is cheerful and loves humor just like him. Eva also finds a unicorn that suits her and feels overwhelming happiness. Valentina meets her unicorn, which seems fierce and arrogant like her. As for Sophia, she continues searching for the right unicorn for her until she reaches the stone wall. Sophia disobeys the director's instructions and jumps over the wall to continue her search on the other side of the forest. There, Sophia finds a large tree, but the branches of the tree grab her and drop her to the ground. Her unicorn appears in front of her. Sophia is astonished when she finds the unicorn admiring the shirt tied around her waist, and she tells him that she has been wearing this shirt since her father's death. The students gather in the same place they met in the morning, each with their own unicorn. When Sophia arrives at the gathering place, she notices a leaf on Valentina's shoulder, takes it, and thus reveals that she had jumped over the island's wall. Fiore tells her that she disobeyed orders and will be expelled from the school, and asks her to return to her room to pack her belongings in preparation for leaving. Sophia walks sadly on her way to her room, but she is surprised when she finds her father's statue in front of her. The school principal approaches her and tells her that her father was one of the best knights at the school. Sophia is surprised because her father had never told her that before. The principal explains to her that her father was not allowed to reveal the school's secret to anyone. Then she tells her that her father was one of the great knights who fought for the Island of Unicorns, and that he was the brave knight who confronted the evil witch and imprisoned her in the dungeon 5 years ago. The director tells Sophia that her father sacrificed himself to save Unicorn Island, and Sophia discovers that the unicorn who chose her is the same unicorn her father had, named Wildstar. And while they were talking, Wildstar appeared and stood in front of Sophia's father's picture, looking sad. Sophia understood that Wildstar missed her father just like she did. The principal explains to Sophia that the unicorn loses all its magical powers when it loses its rider. The principal tells Sophia that she will not expel her from the school, but she will give her a second chance to continue her studies on the condition that she adheres to the school's rules. Sophia returns to her classmates, and Eva rejoices when she learns that Sophia will stay in school. The principal asks the magical fairies to distribute the appropriate outfit to each student along with their unicorn. All the students feel happy with their new outfits. The students head to the stables, and Sophia starts talking to Wildstar, promising her that she will restore her lost magic and that she will become a brave knight like her father. Sophia discovers that everyone at the school has learned that she is the daughter of the brave knight who saved the island. A new teacher named Miss Wild arrives, introducing herself as the training supervisor, and asks each student to mount their unicorn and start moving with it. Sophia notices that Wildstar treats her like a beginner, but Sophia proves that she is a professional at horseback riding. During the training, Sophia hears a strange sound and heads towards it, but Wildstar blocks her path and prevents her from getting closer. As soon as Sophia leaves the place, Krems and Kosh, who are watching everything happening at the school, appear. The students gather in the stable, and Miss Rosemary introduces herself and teaches them how to clean their unicorns. Rinkus appears and distributes the cleaning tools to them, and each student begins to clean their unicorn. It becomes clear that Eva's magical power is related to plants, and the bond between her and her unicorn becomes strong. Days pass, and each student continues training with their unicorn, but it seems that Wildstar still doesn't trust Sophia and always treats her like a beginner, which annoys Sophia. Sophia asks Wildstar to trust her abilities so they can build a bond between them. While they are talking, two bouncing balls appear in front of the students, and Ms. Rosemary tells them that this is a test for everyone, where they must catch those bouncing balls. The students start running after the balls, trying to catch them. Sophia tells Wildstar that this is their real test, and she rushes to catch one of the balls. Isabel encourages her unicorn, assuring it that she trusts its abilities. A bond forms between them, and the unicorn's magical power is revealed, allowing her to catch one of the balls. Only one ball remains, and Sophia and Valentina are competing to catch it. Sophia is about to catch the ball, but at the river, Wildstar suddenly stops, causing Valentina to jump with her unicorn and win the ball. Sophia feels frustrated and talks to Wildstar, accusing her of being afraid for her, but she realizes that she needs to prove her bravery like her father. Sophia feels sad because of Wildstar's actions, so she leaves her and departs. In the evening, Sophia talks to Eva and tells her what happened between her and Wildstar. Eva tells Sophia that Wildstar might be overprotective because she feels she failed to protect her father. Sophia understands here that Wildstar trusts her, but she doesn't trust herself. Wildstar is passing in front of the palace, and suddenly something frightening appears in front of her, making her scream. Sophia hears her voice, so she quickly leaves her room and runs with her colleagues to find out what happened to Wildstar. When they arrive at the stable, they don't find her, and Sophia learns from Vernikos that two enemies attacked him, beat him, then locked her inside a barrel, and afterward kidnapped Wildstar and escaped. Vernikos tells them that he heard them say they were heading to the cave. Layla tells Sophia that this is the place where the evil witch is held captive. Sophia decides that she will go to rescue Wildstar no matter the cost, and Eva and Layla decide to join her. Everyone sets off on a journey to the cave, and on their way, they see Michael rushing out of school. They continue walking until they reach a bridge that connects two mountains. While they were crossing, a group of bats attacked them, startling the unicorn horses, causing the bridge to collapse and making everyone fall. Unicorn Eva uses her magical power to save Sophia and her companions with a tree branch, preventing them from falling into the abyss. Michael arrives and is shocked by what is happening. He encourages his unicorn to bond with it, and the magical power of weather control manifests. Lightning strikes a large tree, forming a bridge they can cross, allowing them to reach the other side safely. They continue on their way until they reach the cave, only to find themselves in front of a lake filled with terrifying stone crocodiles. They cross the lake cautiously to reach the cave entrance. Upon entering the cave, they see Wildstar bound in iron chains. Phoenix appears and greets them sarcastically, and they discover that Nakus was the disguised person who sent a message to Krems to inform the evil witch of their plans. It turns out that Vernex was a traitor working for the witch. Kosh appears and grabs a large rock to throw it at the cave's ceiling, causing the rocks to collapse on Sophia and her friends. Eva and Michael fall onto a large rock in a lake inside the cave, and the rock is heading towards a huge waterfall. Layla rushes behind them to save them before they fall, and a bond forms between Layla and her unicorn, revealing her magical power of ice manipulation. The unicorn uses its power to freeze the lake, saving Eva and Michael. Ashu kidnaps Sophia and takes her to the evil witch. Sophia finds herself in a dark dungeon, and the witch tells her that she has been waiting for her for a long time because the key to the dungeon is with her. Sophia is puzzled by the witch's words, but she doesn't understand the meaning. Suddenly, Kareems attacks Sophia, snatches the necklace she is wearing, and hands it to the witch. Here, Sophia realizes that the chain she was wearing is the key to the dungeon. The witch uses the key to open the cell and frees herself, then returns the chain to Sophia, saying she no longer needs it. The witch strikes Sophia with a ball of black magic, but Wildstar quickly intervenes and takes the ball into her body instead of Sophia, causing her severe pain. The witch leaves the place heading to destroy the unicorn school and take control of the island. As soon as the witch leaves, the cave begins to collapse. Wildstar asks Sophia to escape, but Sophia refuses and says she won't leave her alone, that their fates are intertwined, and she will stay with her even if it costs her life. The complete bond occurs between Wildstar and Sophia, and Wildstar regains her magical power represented by the power of light. Ava, Layla, and Michael are waiting outside the cave, worried about Sophia and Wildstar. The rocks collapse in front of them, but suddenly, Wildstar appears, shattering the rocks with her magical power and emerging from the cave with Sophia. Everyone returns to the island to save her from the evil witch. The witch arrives at the island, begins to destroy the palace with black magic, and traps everyone inside. The witch begins to take control of the entire island, but Sophia and her friends arrive at the scene and stand against her, and a fierce battle ensues between them. Valentina joins the battle with her unicorn, whose magical power is fire, and helps Sophia confront the dark magic the witch is casting on them. Isabel also arrives and joins the resistance. Layla and Michael attack Kosh and manage to subdue him with their magical powers. Ava manages to catch Krems, binds him with plant branches, and throws him deep into the forest. Everyone gathers and stands in front of the evil witch, but the witch casts her black magic on them and attacks them. Sophia decides to resist the witch alone, so she and Wildstar lure her to a rock at the top of the mountain. They were about to fall off, but Wildstar responded and struck the witch with a very strong beam of light, turning her into a statue of rock and throwing her into the lake. The entire island begins to burn due to the black magic, but everyone on the island feels joy for what Sophia and her friends have done. The school principal heads to capture Vernacus and send him to prison, then thanks Sophia and her friends for saving the island. The next day, the students start their day as usual and go to the stable, where each one goes to her unicorn. Miss Wild comes and tells them that today is a recreational day and they will be picking berries from the forest. As soon as they arrive in the forest, a small ball of black magic appears, and only Wildstar can see it. She runs after it quickly through the forest, while Sophia and her friends don't understand what's happening, so they run after her to find out what's going on. Wildstar continues to run after the black magic ball until she reaches a secret door in the forest. Valentina uses the power of fire to destroy the door, and afterward, they find themselves in front of an ancient temple. They decide to enter it to see what is inside. Inside the temple, Sophia and Eva walk in one direction, while Isabel and Valentina walk in another. While Sophia and Eva are walking, Wildstar accidentally steps on a certain part of the temple floor, and suddenly they find themselves in a secret room. Inside the room, they notice a small heart-shaped jewel, and Wildstar approaches it because she wants to touch it. But Sophia stops her and realizes that they might get harmed if they touch it. The place shakes, and a strong earthquake occurs, causing the jewel to fall to the ground and shatter, breaking it into two halves. Valentina and Isabel realize what is happening, so they decide to quickly leave the temple before it collapses. Inside the temple, Sophia and Eva try to escape, but the door is locked, so Eva uses her unicorn's power to open the door quickly. Layla and Michael arrive at the temple, and suddenly Valentina and Isabel emerge, realizing what is happening. A new black magical orb appears after the witch drew her power from it. Valentina attacks the magic ball using the power of fire, but the ball enters the temple and closes the door behind it. Valentina tries to destroy the door, but her attempt fails. Michael uses his unicorn power to create a strong storm to break the door and save Sophia and Eva, but the door remains extremely solid. Inside the temple, Sophia and Eva approach the door, but a black magic ball appears, causing the temple floor to collapse and preventing them from escaping. Wildstar uses her magical power to form a bridge of light, allowing Eva to cross over to the other side. Then Sophia and Wildstar cross, and suddenly an earthquake occurs, causing some to fall off the bridge. But Eva uses her unicorn's power to prevent them from falling and save them from death. Sophia thanks Eva and tells her that from now on, she will be her close friend. Eva takes the broken jewel and turns it into two bracelets, one for herself and the other for Sophia. Then they go to the temple door, but they are surprised to find it closed. Layla uses her unicorn's power to gather the door and destroy it, allowing them to quickly exit the temple before it collapses. Everyone returns to school and tells the principal what happened. The principal asks the students to cooperate together to confront and eliminate the remnants of black magic. At night, the students are in the stable, and Fiore comes to tell them that the next day will be competition day, where their level will rise to be ready to face any challenges. Isabel decides to train all night with her unicorn in preparation for the competition. The next day, the principal explains to the students the details of the competition and the places where they will compete. The competition begins, and all the students rush into the forest, with a fierce rivalry emerging between Valentina and Isabel. But Valentina sees the black magic orb in front of her in the forest, so she runs after it to destroy it. The black magic ball hides in a puddle of water on the ground, so Valentina orders her unicorn to stomp on the black magic in the water and destroy it. But as soon as her unicorn puts its foot in the water, the black magic takes control of its foot, causing the unicorn to run at high speed through the forest, distancing itself from Isabel by a large margin. Valentina reaches the hanging rocks, and her unicorn can easily climb the rocks, reaching the top of the mountain. Isabel also arrives, encourages her unicorn to jump, and reaches the top of the mountain as well. Isabel continues on her path to overtake Valentina and win the competition. They easily overcome the plant barriers due to the black magic controlling Valentina's unicorn's foot. Michael, Layla, Sophia, and Eva are in front of the hanging rocks. Michael uses his unicorn's power to create a strong storm that brings the rocks closer together. Then Layla uses her unicorn's power to stabilize them in place, and everyone climbs onto the rocks and reaches the top of the mountain. At the plant barrier, Isabel can easily bypass the plants and continues her path behind Valentina. In the forest, Valentina continues to walk at a very high speed, trying to calm her unicorn down, but she fails. Her unicorn passes over a wooden bridge, but due to its great speed, She loses control and stumbles, causing both her and her unicorn to fall from the bridge onto a large rock below. The power of black magic emanates from her unicorn's hoof and flies into the sky. Valentina tries to control it with the power of fire, but she accidentally destroys the bridge. Sophia and her friends reach the plant barrier. Eva uses her unicorn's power to get past the plants, and everyone can continue on their way. Isabel reaches the wooden bridge, but she and her unicorn fall onto the same rock that Valentina was on. Isabel asks her unicorn to lift the rock to help them reach the top of the mountain, but she realizes that her unicorn is exhausted from the long training sessions it had undergone. Isabel understands that her unicorn cannot use its magical power due to exhaustion, and suddenly, the rest of her friends fall onto the same rock. Due to the increased weight on the rock, it starts to shake, and they are about to fall into the river. Unicorn Isabel appears, having gathered her strength, and is able to lift the rock to the top of the mountain. Then Isabel decides that she will no longer participate in the competition and that she will walk on foot to let her unicorn rest. Valentina reaches the finish line, followed by her friends, and Isabel arrives last with her unicorn. Many black magic orbs appear, surrounding them. Valentina runs towards them and uses the power of fire to destroy them, forcing the black magic to flee. Valentina thanks Isabel for saving her. Due to the spread of black magic remnants on the island, the school principal decided to prevent the students from leaving the palace until she finds a way to resist the black magic. At night, Sophia is with Eva and Layla, and Sophia is upset because they are forbidden from leaving the palace. Eva says that they don't know much about black magic to be able to resist it, so Layla tells her that there is a book in the library that talks about black magic. Layla knows that this book might help them eliminate the magic, so they decide to secretly go to the library to get it. They take the book and go to the stable, where they read it and discover that black magic appears in the form of 3 creatures. They see pictures of these creatures in the book and feel afraid of them. And while they were reading the book, they heard a sound outside the stable. They stop reading and notice that the day has begun to dawn. The black magic orbs begin to spread in the place and disappear without Sophia and her friends noticing. They take the book and return it to the library, where the power of the black magic that had taken control of the book is revealed. 2 strange creatures emerge from it, running everywhere inside the palace and causing great chaos. Sophia and her friends run after them, and they sense one of the creatures in the restaurant. Layla reads in the book that this creature is afraid of loud noises, so Eva resorts to the power of her unicorn, flips the large chandelier on the ceiling, creating a very loud sound, which scares the creature and makes it flee quickly. They start searching for the second object. Michael is with the school principal due to his failure to complete his homework, and the principal asks him to be as committed as his classmates. The second enchanted creature appears before them, and they flee from it, using the palace rooms to escape. The creature manages to break through the wall and attacks them. About to finish them off, Sophia and her friends arrive and free them. Layla reads in the book that this creature is afraid of light, so Wildstar resorts to the power of light, emitting a strong beam that fills the room, causing the creature to become frightened and flee quickly. The book shakes and Layla drops it on the ground, and the third creature, which is a huge ice dragon, emerges from it. The dragon escapes outside the palace and flies into the sky. Sophia and her friends go out to chase him, and Layla tries to open the book to find out the dragon's weakness. But the dragon shoots ice blocks at her and attacks the palace with more ice boulders. Sophia and Eva cooperate using their magical powers to attack the dragon, but the dragon freezes them and turns them into ice statues. Then the dragon launches blocks of ice at Layla, and Layla uses her unicorn's power to create a strong wall of ice. And when the dragon attacks the rocks, the wall collapses and injures Layla, but thanks to that, Layla is able to defeat the dragon. All the ice in the place melts, everyone is freed, and they thank Layla for saving them. Everyone returns to the library and puts the book back in its place. At night, the evil witch appears above the school building, causing great fear among everyone. But after a while, it turns out that this was a trick by Michael. The school principal decides to expel Michael for crossing the permissible limits, and the next day, Michael finds himself in the stable bidding farewell to his unicorn. He discovers that the black magic orbs have taken control of the water source in the stable, so he runs quickly to tell the principal what is happening. But the manager doesn't believe him and thinks it's another trick of his. Michael swears he is serious, and he takes the manager to the stable to verify for herself. The director discovers that all the lakes on the island have been contaminated with black magic. The principal asks Maysil to take the students to the palace and stay there until a solution to the problem is found. She also asks Michael to stay in the stable until the problem is solved. Sophia is upset because she wants to participate in saving the island herself. She tells them that she will go to the stable to get something and then return to the palace. Sophia heads towards the big lake to find a way to save the only water source from the black magic. Michael sees her on his way to the stable and tells her that he will use his unicorn's power to create a strong tornado that will extract the black magic orbs from the lake. Sophia helps him with that and asks Wildstar to build a light bridge over the lake. Michael walks on the bridge until he reaches the middle of the lake, then encourages his unicorn to generate a strong tornado. Michael manages to pull all the black magic orbs from the lake into the tornado. He pulls the statue of the evil witch without noticing it. All the students gather around the lake, joyful about what they have accomplished, and the principal comes, surprised by their behavior, as she noticed that they are facing any problem the island encounters despite her warnings to them. She tells them that she is very proud of them and decides to revoke Michael's expulsion and allow him to continue his studies at the school. And that is because he performed a heroic act and contributed to saving the island from danger. Elsewhere on the island, the statue of the evil witch appears, surrounded by black magic orbs, and then the evil witch returns to her natural form. The witch goes to her assistants, Asho Creams, and asks them to accompany her to the ancient temple. And this is because she needs to reach the jewel that will enable her to regain her full magical powers, which she lost in the last battle between her and Sophia and her friends. Sophia is with Layla and Eva, and they are waiting for Michael because he told them he would throw a party to celebrate his return to school. Sophia tells them that she always dreams of her father and that she cannot interpret the meaning of this dream. Layla tells her that it is written in the island guide that there is a pool called the Vision Pool, and that this pool interprets any dream for anyone. Sophia decides to go to the Vision Pool to interpret her dream, and she asks Layla to describe the location of the pool to her. Layla tells her that the pond is located beyond the island's wall. Eva enters and tries to prevent Sophia from going there, especially since she might get expelled from school if she crosses the wall again. And while they were talking, Michael arrived with the party supplies except for the drinks, so Sophia seized the opportunity and told Eva that she would go get the drinks and come back quickly. But in reality, Sophia is heading to the Vision Pool, and when Sophia is late, Eva starts to worry about her and learns from Isabel that she saw Sophia crossing the island's wall. Eva understands that Sophia has gone to the Vision Pool, so she decides to follow her to be by her side. Sophia reaches the Vision Pool and rejoices when she sees her father in front of her. He extends his hand to her and pulls her into the pool. Sophia feels immense joy because she is meeting her father again, but he asks her to calm down and focus with him, as he doesn't have time. He tries to warn her of a great danger threatening the island. While they were talking, a strange hand appeared and pulled Sophia out of the pond, and it was Eva who extended her hand and pulled Sophia out because she thought Sophia was drowning, so she decided to save her. But Sophia gets angry with her and tells her that she ruined the most beautiful moment of her life because she was talking to her father underwater. Eva tries to explain to her that what she saw wasn't real, but just an interpretation of her dream. Then Sophia takes off the friendship bracelet that contains half the jewel, throws it in Eva's face, and tells her that they are no longer friends from now on. She leaves her and walks away. The evil witch arrives at the ancient temple and uses her magical powers to discover that Eva is the one who took the jewel. She orders Asho Creams to retrieve the jewel from Eva by any means necessary. The next day, Asho Creams arrives at the school and takes advantage of all the students being outside their classrooms. They sneak into Eva's room and steal the items containing parts of the black magical jewel. By chance, Valentina sees them, so she calls the police and writes a report, and they quickly flee the scene. Valentina quickly calls for help, and Sophia and her friends hear her and run to save her. And when they see her, she tells them what happened. Sophia and her friends see Asho Creams carrying the jewel and fleeing with it. So Sophia, Eva, Isabel, and Michael set off after them, continuing their pursuit until they reach the witch's lair. The witch gathers the pieces of the black magical jewel, fully regains her power, and then escapes to gather the rest of her magical powers. The friends return to school and tell the principal what happened. The principal tells them that the witch has returned to take revenge on them, and that her power will be very great this time, and no one will be able to stop her. Therefore, she asks them to stay in their rooms and not go out for their safety. She also tells them that she will prepare to face the witch with all her strength. At night, Sophia decides to confront the witch alone. She takes Wildstar and sets off with it through the forest, noticing the black magic orbs heading towards the mountain. Sophia understands that the witch is in the mountain, so she quickly heads towards it. There, she sees the witch gathering the remnants of the black magic she had lost earlier. Then, the witch creates a unicorn from black magic, and its source of magical power is the rocks. And when the witch discovers Sophia's presence in the place, she orders the unicorn to attack her. Sophia quickly flees from the unicorn, avoiding the falling rocks. While escaping, She loses her balance and almost falls off the mountain. But Wildstar creates a massive light bridge and successfully transports Sophia to safety before she falls. But Sophia is sad because she realizes she is weak and won't be able to defeat the witch. She takes Wildstar and runs with it to the vision pool. There, Sophia reacts when she sees her father again in the pond. Sophia enters the pond and talks to her father about what happened. Her father tells her that she must rely on herself to confront the evil witch, and he assures her that she has a very great power that can help her defeat the witch, which is the power of friendship. Then, her father disappears before her. Sophia gets out of the pool and decides to return to her friends at school to work together to defeat the witch. The witch arrives at the school and turns the principal and those with her into stone statues. Then Sophia's friends attack the evil witch and the unicorn, but they discover that they cannot stand against her. Layla creates an ice wall to block the unicorn, and then the friends flee to the forest to gather their strength and devise a plan to confront the witch. When day comes, Sophia's friends discover that Ashu Krems is attacking them, but Sophia arrives and helps them subdue Ashu and restrain his movements. She traps Kareem's in a block of ice. After that, Sophia apologizes to Ava and reconciles with her, and they become friends again. Sophia takes all her friends, and they head to school. Upon their arrival, they surround the evil witch from all directions and devise a clever plan. The black magical jewel falls from the witch to the ground and splits in half. Eva takes the remaining parts of the jewel and gathers them with Sophia. The jewel is affixed to Wildstar, and its magical power is used to extract the black magic from the witch. The witch tries to retrieve the jewel, but the unicorns gather around it, combining their strength to destroy the dark magic, and thus the evil witch loses her power forever. The witch falls to the ground before them, weak, and the black magic disappears from everyone in the school. The school principal and all the teachers return to their normal selves. The principal thanks the students and tells them that she is very proud of them. The witch is captured and taken along with Asho and Krems to the ancient temple, where they are imprisoned in the dungeons. In the end, Sophia makes a friendship bracelet for herself and Eva, and tells Eva that she met her father again, and that she is sure he is still alive, but he is missing for some reason. Sophia hopes to discover the reason for his disappearance and bring him back into her life. Eva agrees to support her in this mission and promises that she will stand by her no matter what happened. This is the end of series. See you soon. Bye.